we are live.
Let's see. I'm trying to get it on there now so that we can see people.
How do you put the do not disturb on?
I have no idea.
I don't know how to do that either. Hey, Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
We're going to talk about what's up. Hey, Gorilla Trucker. Good to see you. Well, hear from you. Thomas, I concur. I think we are too. But that's neither here nor there. Hey, Tulsa Trucker. I'm Small Fry. Good to see you. Well, there's Janae and Shane. Hey, Brian. I'm trying to keep up. Let's see. Sea Hill. Commerce, Georgia, I-85. Oh my gosh, I get to see a different perspective now. Hey, Gary. You guys, I don't have my prescription glasses or my glasses on.
Trying to do this so we can see it.
Let me think. East 80 yesterday. We were on 80 for a little while, and then we dipped down to 76 and then 70 into Jersey. So we may have followed you. We were following like a few people, like Janae and Shane. We were either chasing them or they were chasing us or something like that. Thanks, Dana. Good to see you, Jason.
Look what Lee said.
Hi, Billy.
Yay, my antidepressant is on.
Oh.
Hey, Junior.
Hi, your Xanax. Is that? Hey, Junior, how are you? We're going to talk about how we're doing. Oh, yesterday. No, I don't think that was yesterday for us if you were in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Jason, we're going to talk about why we're all cried out. You like these new ones? Look at them. I'm going to get close. Look at, they have little dragonflies on them. Right? And then sometimes you see a frame. Let me see. Sometimes you see a frame. Sometimes you don't.
You are so crazy.
Sometimes I feel like a nut. Sometimes I don't. Oh, man, Joy's got nuts. You guys remember that. Hey, Trucker Girl Kiana. Robin. Well, let's go ahead and get started. We are close to 3 minutes. Yeah. All cried out. That will be the end story. Let's talk about what's led up to this. So, student, Sally Joe, tell us what's been happening since we came to live 6 days ago. I've learned to understand her a little more. I still question some of the statements she makes, but
what was it I said earlier today?
You're not in the frame. Let me see. Let me help you out.
Okay, look, I'm trying to do this so we don't can see our notes.
Okay.
Oh, what do we want to tell them first? I mean, we have a whole list of stuff.
So talk about where we were on our way to Chicago. South side of Chicago.
We don't want to go back there.
Oh, Gorilla, I've given up my age in more ways than that. Oh, Lord.
I said no crying and trucking.
Oh, but there is, and I'm going to tell you why.
But that's at the end.
That's at the end. You got to stick with us to the end. All right. Come on. Let's roll with it, Sally Joe. What do you got? First of all, how you feeling? Other than the all cried out. How you feeling about training?
I love it. Some days it's very, very stressful.
What makes it stressful?
Everybody around you having to drive. Everything. But all is well, though. So that's a good thing.
It is. All right, so south side of Chicago, what can you tell us about? Don't talk about the customer, although I may have showed that in a shot. But what do you think of south side of Chicago?
We had this conversation. We will never go back to Chicago, that part of Chicago again. There was it 7 to 10 trucks on what, 1 to 2 city blocks maybe?
like a half a city block, I think, because remember the customer was right there, so it was right when you.
It was too much. It was bad. It was really bad. Okay, we have people saying something. I can't see what they're saying with no eyeballs on. Chicago is the evil place for truck drivers. It is. It's very evil, and luckily this one backed in and I didn't. Let's see.
Yeah, so you guys have some really good advice in here, which is what I really like about the subscribers. Because they're always willing to help and share and give info.
Junior said stressful. No, not at all.
So while I backed into the door in Chicago, it was one of those where it sort of dipped down, and then it was an older building, so the driveway dipped down, then dipped up, and then went back down again into the dock.
I thought she was going to lose her mind. She was not happy.
And I watched another guy do it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, his dolly legs are stuck. And we were having a problem with our dolly legs anyway. They were probably 4 inches from going all the way to the top. Those things got stuck. I thought I was going to rip the trailer. I mean, I tried different angles. I got it in and I got it back out, but it was not fun when you think about, am I going to rip the crap out of this trailer and the cross arms and cross frames. But we got out of there, right?
Finally, we got out of there.
But I will tell you, as I was sitting there, an older gentleman in a wheelchair rolled up to the driver's side, and I was on the phone with somebody, I forget who. But anyway, he was asking for change, so I gave him a $5 bill, and I knew what was going to happen. If I was there long enough, I would see him again. So I forget what I was doing, but I don't know, a couple hours later.
You were watching something on your phone, actually.
Okay, she was in the bunk, and he came over. I saw him in my peripheral, and saw him come around to the driver's side door again, glassy-eyed. He looked different than he did before I gave him the money. I'll just say that.
George Pine.
And he came back over, and he's yelling for me to roll the window down, and I'm shaking my head no, like, nope. And then he stays there for a good 5 to 7 minutes, and then he starts tapping on my door. And that's when I lost it. I'm like, no! Sorry if you guys were listening. She heard me yelling. Oops. She heard me yell. She didn't know what was going on. But finally the guy ended up rolling himself away again. So I don't know if guy drivers get this a lot, but women, if you help someone out and if you're there long enough, they're going to come back and try to double down on that. So and that's not my game. I'm not doing that. So so anyway, we left out of there.
Let's see, where are we? Chicago, Utah. We're in what? Yeah, we're in New Jersey now.
Yeah, so here's this thing about the Prime Terminal, right? It's under construction. They're building things. It's going to be great. But I'm still trying to understand if the building where you currently go to that houses like their training and like, you know, the second floor or whatever of the bays where the showers are, there's one shower for the women. One. And so we each like being in there for an hour by the time you know, get everything done. So it really sort of delayed us because we had to wait for each other. You know, I had to wait for her to get out before I could get in. So the guys, I understand, have 6. Women have 1. Oh, that's all I'm gonna say about that. So I hope it's not the final configuration, because the women drivers are coming to Prime and we need a place to shower. So, all right.
Yes, okay. So, like I said.
Oh, from Salt Lake, we picked up a big, heavy load of potatoes. Yeah.
We've learned that, Junior.
Running in the 12th hole. It sucked. I mean, we jokingly say if we had any gas or ate too much that we were going to be overweight going through the scales. That's how close we were.
Yes, it was. Oh, and that's not even. Let's see, when we were going, I think that's when we were going to Utah, wasn't it? And the wind was blowing like crazy.
Well, we dropped a load at Utah. I can't remember what it was.
No, I mean on the way to Utah though, when the wind was blowing that bad.
Oh, yeah.
I never. Oh my God.
Yeah, she drove through that. The Wyoming wind.
Thanks, honey. Look, see?
Sporting the Michigan colors, Roll Tide, and some guy has her convinced.
Look, see, you guys showed me a pretty pink and my pretty yellow.
Some
yeah,
guy
we did
has
that
her
yesterday.
convinced that she needs to support a Michigan team now. Listen, don't come for me.
No, Chris, no.
Don't come for me or my Vikings. I'm not switching teams.
Look, he said some guy.
All right, what else?
Oh yeah, but the 80 thing was awful.
Yeah, it's very stressful.
Like I was doing, there was a couple of times, well actually most of the way when you got, I don't know, I was doing like 45 and 50.
Yeah.
Through Wyoming, and then coming back through, it wasn't that bad in Wyoming, but then got to Nebraska.
And right behind us, like following us, or whatever, we didn't hit it, dollar size hail in Nebraska. That's what the Weather Channel reported. So
I'm gonna need y'all to stop saying War Eagle.
Don't even know what that means.
It's Auburn.
Oh.
Auburn and Alabama are the big football teams in Alabama. And Auburn sucks.
Those are fighting words, I guess.
Let's see. What else?
You're right. I will tell you, there's been times at concerts when I was in high school that I did go in and use the men's restroom with a friend at the door, because if you ever look at the women's restroom, the lines are forever. So I'm not so sure I want to do that with the shower, but
there was like that little boy that came in the bathroom with his mama yesterday.
yeah, 12-year-old little boy came in with his mom to go to the bathroom. That's a line to teeter. 12? But anyway, we digress.
Yes.
What else?
Let's see, we talked about our heavy loads. Where we been?
Let's talk about the being on Iowa 80, guys. I want to show you my new little purchase. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I gotta take this off for a second, so bear with me. It may jolt. Now look at look at those are custom sunshades. Well, this part's rolled down because we need a little sun to do this, but they fit perfectly in the windows, and we don't have to fight with them. We can freely open the doors and they don't fall off. You guys are awesome. I got them at the Iowa 80, but they're made by Heat Shield. They also have a website. No, I'm not getting sponsored by them. I just like products, and when they work for me, I talk about them. Go up to my other question. Well,
let's see. This is
that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I talked about. But he said, does he have another question? Oh, here we go. Talking about a group of people. One person is you, 2 to 4 is y'all, and 5 or more is you of you all. Is that true?
Hell, I just say y'all.
I tell you what.
Chris, yeah, I mean, it is. It's just y'all.
I forget.
Hell, all y'all.
I forget what we were talking about. Something about a price, but she said something about $1.298. So
she looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh, you're so nice, Gorilla Trucker. You can always email me, and then we can communicate further from there. truckernaenae@gmail.com. Speaking of which, I want to give a shout out to Stacy, who we met at Iowa 80. She recognized us, so she hopped out of her truck, and we had a nice little conversation.
She was so sweet.
It's too bad that she couldn't have breakfast with us, but I hope things are going well for you, and I don't think I got your husband's name, but I know that he watches too, so hi, Stacy's husband. And then Willie, is it Jarvis?
Yeah.
Jarvis's brother. We saw, well, you were in the back, but I saw
was
him.
Asleep. I just heard.
I saw him as I was coming out of the TA in Jessup. And then, and then we can't talk about the All Cried Out one yet. Did we have anybody else?
No, I think that was it.
Okay. Hey, TJ, we're doing great. So, what else do we got before we get to our...
Okay, we got,
She took a few notes.
Yes. We were in Maryland. They thought we were still in Utah.
Yeah, so we're sitting there. She had just... Did you just complete your first high val? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were waiting on our next load, and a load comes through, and all of a sudden we're in Maryland, I look at the 01, and it says Twin Falls, Idaho, and I went, what? Why would they send a team over to Twin Falls, Idaho? And then it was going to turn around and come right back and deliver in Massachusetts, right? The pay was $4,300. So I reached out to dispatch and said, hey, do you know we're in Maryland? And he's like, oh my gosh, the computer shows that you're still in Salt Lake City. So whoever got that load, it was probably a nice little load. So quick jaunt over, but yeah.
Let's see. Yes, and like you were saying, I just did my first high val.
What'd you think? You know, it was like a security one, level 1, so the lowest of the high val. Still very secure, but
it was a little stressful.
You did the whole thing by yourself, though.
Yes, it was a little stressful because, you know, I tried to make sure I, watched our surroundings, all that, and just going through some of the areas that we did, and going through Jersey and these roads that are all like this wide. Oh yeah. God. And
from the 01 to the 90 was less than 200 miles. So, we didn't have to do some of the normal required macro 25s, that sort of thing.
But we had to drive 2 hours south to get a washout.
Yeah. We were close to DC. It was Sunday, so nothing was open. And our pickup was 8 a.m. and we had to go, we left early to go south to come back up north to shoot over to get to our customer. And we got there, 20 minutes before 8? And we left at 2 a.m.
It wasn't even 2. It was
quarter to 2?
Yeah, if not a little bit before.
So yeah, when we were talking about what time we were going to leave, I told her, and I thought she was like, what, are you insane? But seriously, and then we were in the Blue Beacon line wash for a little over an hour, so you can always count on that one.
He said, look, $1.298.
Right, $1.298. What is that?
No, I'm not from Colorado. I'm from Alabama. But I just said $1.298.
Yeah. I don't mind the shorties as long as they pay well. And get you into a good spot. So we'll see. Maybe we'll do more.
Yep.
All right. What else you got?
Let's see. Let me tell y'all what happened today.
Uh-oh. What happened today, Sally? Pretty girl, what happened today?
Okay. So, this one right here gets out of the truck.
To help.
I was back
Trainer, I was helping.
She gets out of the truck to help me so I get back. Because it was a little bit of a tight spot. She locks the door on her side.
Hold on. She's going to skip a part. So she was backed up almost to the dock, right? So I told her to stop, came up, and I told her I needed the keys because I had to get the lock off, shut the tails, open the doors. I then brought her those items while she was continuing to back. Now continue.
Yes. Well, I had my wallet and everything because I figured, okay, maybe they'll probably need that. Well, I grabbed my wallet and the lock.
And your phone.
And my phone.
And the paperwork to go
didn't.
check in.
No, I didn't. I just had because my keys are with my wallet. So I grabbed trusty old phone and the lock. I set the keys down right here in the floor.
You know where this is leading?
Get out. And I pulled the door and I said, oh shit. And I walk around the truck. I look at her, I said, hey, do you have your keys? No. She comes over here to this side to try to open the door. It's locked too. So all we have is my phone and the lock.
So how did we MacGyver ourselves out of this one?
$139 later, the
True
lock's
cash.
missing.
Yep. Paid a gent to come out to the loading dock and open us up. And it just happened to be he got done, it took him, 4.2 minutes to get it done. And he left shortly before I came back out with the signed paperwork from the customer. So the timing was perfect. I know. See, I'm worried about hiding a key because everybody talks about using it or tying it with a seal inside your hood. I don't know. I don't like the fact that there's limited key patterns. I think that everybody is trying to get in.
Yeah, they try to get in this truck. That's going to be hell to pay.
Yeah, I did have a spare, but it was in my purse. My purse was in the cab. So. Oh, I was like, who's Stephanie reporting? Here I am, Florida Truckers. So,
Yeah, they asked. They couldn't find me.
All right, can we get to the all cried out?
Yeah, because, it's...
Okay, you guys. So, we're at Flying J in, where are we?
I don't know.
Camden, New Jersey. I don't know, something like that.
For real, I don't know where we are.
Thank you, Trucker Felicia.
I don't ever know where the hell we are.
That is true. Anyway, so she went in to shower and stuff, and I was just sort of sitting in the truck doing bills, and I got a notice that I got an email from my truckernaenae Gmail account, and it said the subject line was great compliment. So I was like, what is this all about? So I won't give your name, but your initials are H.
Oh, snap.
And this was the most sincere email that I've received in a very long time. And he talked about how his father is 78 and has been trucking his entire life, became an owner-operator. And the son who was writing to me found my channel and started watching a few and then got hooked, and then he started showing his dad, and his dad has since watched some of my videos, and his dad said that, I'm going to paraphrase, but his dad said I have what it takes to be a fleet owner, and that they hope to see me in my success in that regard one day. So I read it, and I read it like 5 times, and I had tears in my eyes, and I wrote back to the gentleman, and then this girl shows up, and I'm telling her the story, and I can't even get through the emails, and I'm crying, and I look at her and she's crying, and then I read what I wrote back to him, and we're both bawling. Like, we are just 2 peas in a pod. Like, we're so similar. What are you, the redneck version of me? That's what you said? Something like that. But
All that estrogen.
seriously, like, it was so touching. It was so sincere.
It really was. It was really nice.
Yeah, I mean, those are the types of, emails that make you work harder, because you do realize what your goals are. Sometimes you forget it in the daily grind, and it's just nice to hear that from other people. I know, wasn't that sweet? It really was. And I'm not kidding you. We were both like genuinely crying because it was so touching. Because normally people just don't do that. They don't care enough to do it. They don't have time to do it. They don't think the other person's ever going to read it or care. Well, I read it, I cared, and I cried.
Look what Rick said.
Well, they have to. So Sally Joe, she came in under the old training program, so she has to do 30,000 miles. What is it, Janae? What does that mean?
Hey, Miss Joyce.
So she has to do 30,000 miles, and then go into the upgrade phase of it. So, if she chooses to upgrade, if she chooses, to spend more time on the truck, if she chooses something else altogether, only time will tell. So, we'll see. I might, after Sally Joe, I might be retiring from training. I'm not sure. I can't stand her. It's really tough on me. You guys know I'm just kidding. Just in case you just came in. I am just kidding. But
Like, I'm sure y'all probably don't believe it, but we really do. We laugh so hard till we cry. She was sitting over here in this seat earlier, crying. She was laughing
like
so
laughing,
hard.
crying. I do want to.
Ass. Look, he said makes two of us.
Oh. Come here. Closer. I'm just kidding, Thomas. Oh, you guys, I just declined a phone call from my mother. What does that say? I don't know if I'm an awful child or a really good YouTuber. Somewhere in between. Please tell me. I did have another person that I just thought of. Kenny, friend of Janae and Shane's. I have a message just for you. You're going to get through this. Training is difficult. The interpersonal relationships with trainers can be very difficult. But remember your goal. You're doing this for a reason. You're going to sacrifice, and it's all going to pay off. And trust me when I say that I went through some crap when I was in training. And Chris wanted me to quit. He tried to call Prime several times to get me off the truck. And I just remembered that there was a light at the end of the tunnel, that I was going to be on my own truck one day. So
and look at you now.
Dig deep, whatever you need to find, Kenny, to get you through this time period. You're just hold on to that, because when you come back to the terminal to test, and you're gonna do a fabulous job. There is so much support there. So if you need more help on backing, or the road test, or your pre-trip, there is so much support there at the terminal. Do not give up on yourself.
And they want you to pass.
Yeah, they want you to pass. They don't want any students to fail. So reach out to me if you need some help from me. Otherwise, I hope that you see this. Oh, Dana, that's pretty cool. Your nephew Darren's coming. That's awesome.
Oh, Felicia said that's her last day training.
Are you a student right now, Felicia? Or you're a trainer? Does it say? Like, do you get an
She just says last day of training for me. I think I've seen her on here before. I think she might be in TNT.
A lot of people, Prince D, a lot of people have been commenting on the increased mileage. So, I think the more experience you have, the better. Coming from somebody that probably the last 6 weeks of my TNT training, I wasn't allowed to back because my trainer was turning in his truck because he was a lease operator and he didn't want any damage. So, you know, I chose to take training into my own hands when I got in my own truck, and I listened to people and I asked questions and I drove other people nuts because my trainer wouldn't do it for me. So, and here I am, training others. Training Sally Joe.
We got this.
Training Sally Joe.
That's so weird. The time lapse.
Yeah, there is a little bit. So she has her phone up watching, and so I can see my goofy hair.
Look, mine hadn't been flat ironed. I look like a crazy person.
We just got off the golf course. I wish, no. Tea time. You can only learn so much. I would agree. But
because it's a hot mess.
But I was. Well, I don't want to talk about my experience anymore because it's so long ago. But that sounds good, Gorilla. I'll look for it. What has everybody else got going on? I agree, Jason. I think that's Jason that said that. You learn through trial and error. You absolutely do. I mean, I was learning on my own brand new truck that I was leasing, but that was meaningful to me because I was like, oh, God, I got to get this right.
You know what, though? I mean, that's right. You definitely have to learn kind of your own. You can only be taught so much, but you have to go your own way.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember the first day we left out, and I was like, oh my God, back in that day.
Yep. She was so afraid, like, to pull out of the parking spot at the terminal.
Yes. And I don't know why. But then we got over there, and then she was telling me what to do, and I was, but it's like I was never getting right to where I needed to be, and then I was just like, sort of stopped, you know, a minute, and took a breath, and then I just sort of kind of, I mean, I did what the way she told me to, but I was kind of doing, I wouldn't say my own thing, but I kind of was, and backed right on up in there.
Yeah, I mean, I can be her eyes for not, like, hitting anything, but for her to survey the area and do her setup, I can tell her what to do, but until she starts seeing it for herself and knows her turning points and whether she's overshot a spot or any, like, all of that comes with watching, and, you know, watching yourself, watching your truck, watching your trailer, doing it over and over and over again. So
Sean said he's coming. He'll be in next Sunday.
Sean, you're gonna be 59? Rock on, buddy. I love doing this. Yeah.
She's so crazy.
You guys, we were at, where was it? Chicken, Loco Pollo Loco. First time I'd ever been in there, but it said ring the bell if you were happy. Sure did. Why wouldn't I be? I had a great quesadilla. And she was like, what are you doing? Ringing the bell.
I'm telling y'all, if y'all could be a fly on the wall in this truck, you would, it's so crazy. I mean, we really do have fun. I wish everybody, as far as trainee stuff, you know, could get along like her and I do.
We do get along. It's really actually surprising, but.
And I know I've said this before, but like when one of us are sort of having a off day, or like just really don't feel like talking or whatever.
We respect that. We get it.
We just sort of do our own, you know, I wouldn't say do our own thing. We talk about anything to do with the truck, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, look, I didn't mean to not hang the phone least I wasn't talking junk about you.
Hey, oh gosh, you guys, I don't have my glasses on. Is that Dapper Chapper? What does that say at the bottom? Are you there yet?
The Dapper Trucker.
The Dapper Trucker? Thank you. Feel free to engage as much as you want. We love to hear comments, and subscribers will interact with each other, so.
That's right, Sean.
I keep hearing that too, Sean, except for I said the other day, when I turn 50, it's going to be like when we went from 1999 to 2000, everybody thought the world was going to end and the computers were going to, we were going to lose power everywhere. That'll be how I feel.
Look, Lisa says it's the first time for her here, too.
Well, look at that, Lisa. Hello.
She said, hold on, what'd she say? The more tired you get, the funnier it gets. I bet it is.
Bye, Rick. Be safe. Hey, David. We are in Noy Joyzy, Camden, I think, at a Flying J. Ooh, do you like it, Dapper Trucker? Hey, I watched the Jetsons too. I was kind of, relying on that as well. No, David, I don't want Jersey. Don't be confused. The minute you cross the border, you smell the stench.
Ugh, that bridge was flipping awesome.
22 years? I applaud you. That's amazing. Purdue in Georgia. Oh, isn't that a chicken plant?
Babe.
Thomas, if we know how to do this live stuff, I'd be like, mute him. we don't really know what we're doing. We'll be going least just really? See, now I would rather go to the Northeast than West. That's just my personal preference. I think
till you get that damn wind. Oh.
That's true. You do make us laugh. That's very true. Wow. I'm with you, Dapper Trucker. West to east, west to east. I want to get out of the west as soon as possible. If you are a Prime driver, you've probably seen how they've been sending a lot of teams deadheaded to California. It's crazy.
Oh, Kiana said she lost her purse.
What?
Which had all her debit cards and her fuel card in it.
Where?
Well, hell, we locked ourselves out of the truck today, so don't feel bad.
Oh my gosh, that's like your entire world. How did that happen? Yay! Minnesota in the house!
Let me tell you, Lisa, it gets crazier for real.
Oh my gosh. You guys, you know what? This tells you my age. I recently just found Snapchat. And the reason I did was because somebody posted a picture on Facebook and I'm like, is this like a filter they're using? She goes, yeah, it's from Snapchat. So she told me how to get on there. And I'm not communicating, like using the program. I'm just using the filters and then saving to my phone. You guys, I have found...
No tigers, no.
I have found some great filters that I absolutely love. There's one. I should post it on Instagram. It's me in 20... I keep saying I'm going to send it to Chris and put me in 20 years if you don't get me out of trucking. Because it's like, ooh, it's scary.
She was a hot mess.
Oh gosh. Do you need to get a physical fuel card? Because I heard there's something you can do to use your card. It's called like Lost Card or something to that effect.
Oh, I think Stefan's how you say his name? Yeah.
Oh, you must be talking about her yellow fingernails.
What?
Janae is saying they thought you were coming to the dark side with your yellow. Is that somebody in Florida? Yellow?
Oh no. LSU.
Oh.
I can't do it.
She can't do it.
No, so who was it asked about the window deal? Where'd it go?
I should grab my glasses.
Yeah, though, for real, it wasn't LSU. My honey is, one of his teams is Michigan, so I got some yellow and
The
blue
Wolverines.
yesterday.
Okay, so let's address that, Prince D. So they said they're nervous about leaving their family for months. You just did that. So what would you give for advice? Because you're in it.
I don't think you can bring your animals while you're in training. I don't think you can. Yeah, no, okay. Well,
Bye, Jason.
it can be tough at first, when you leave.
It's tough.
It really can. I hate to say this, and it makes me sound like an ass, but it does get easier. But I call and I talk to my mom every day, my kids, every day, if not every day, at least every other day. But it can be really, really hard at first. But you just have to stay in touch with family. But when you first, like when you first get to prime, and you're going through your first week, especially, PSD and everything, you've got anything at home, you've got to kindly leave there, because you have to focus on what you're doing. So, because that first week, for anybody that's coming to prime, it can be hell. You have to make sure you bring everything. So you just have to focus on all of that.
And it's much more intense if you go through Missouri than if you come in with your CDL through like Pittston or Salt Lake. The intensity of the program in Missouri is that much greater because everybody's trying to study for their permits, shuttling back and forth. But it's all very manageable. They give you a schedule, but you are required to be where you're supposed to be. There's nobody going to be chasing you down. But I tell you what, you miss stuff, you don't show up, they will find you. And it won't be to welcome you with open arms.
They're going to send you to the house.
So if you can't show up for things when you're in training in a classroom on site, then they will really start to doubt if you have the ability to show up on time where you're supposed to be on the road when you don't have somebody right there. Somebody asked about, don't you get home time in training? Not necessarily. That's really between the trainer and the student. In PSD, it's so short that you probably wouldn't go home. But during TNT, that's a discussion. Sally Jo and I are both flying home on 4th of July. So she's going to the beach and I'm going to the cabin.
Oh yes, these right here came from
She's pointing at the
truck stop.
She's pointing at the sunshades. Yeah, so the front windshield, they're sold separately. So the front windshield was $49.99.
Yes.
And then the pair of the side windows came together in one package, and those were $39.99. So
they're awesome.
They are awesome. Like when we put them up the first day, we're like, oh yes, because I had bought the other shades and we were just sort of stuffing them in there and making it work. But
what'd Lisa say?
Thomas, you're a rock star. What else can we say? I will do so, Gorilla.
Definitely, you have to leave everything at the house. Any kind of drama or craziness, anything, you just have to leave all that. And it's best, and that's kind of what I did at the end of the day. That's when I might have picked up the telephone to call the house, because really the first week, you have all your CBTs you have to do, you have to work on your pre-trip, you have to do all that, you know, and they want you to take your CDL permit by Wednesday. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be messing around at all.
Prince D, I don't think anybody thinks you're soft because you want your dog. I was sad when I had to take my dogs off the truck for training, but it was a decision I made. So just know that, you know, it's temporary for you not to have your dog with you, because when you're done with training, you have an option, you know, with Prime to have a dog. The other advice I would give is, you know, this is TNT can be intensive immersion training, and by that I mean you're with your trainer likely 23 hours a day, with the exception of maybe showering. You're working.
Again, you don't get to shower every day, right, a lot of times.
And you're working with them, and then you're expected to take criticism from them, and you're expected to receive support and compliments, and then outside of that, you're supposed to have like this, you know, probably fun going, lighthearted, and it's a difficult balance, and you're there to learn, but you are learning 24/7. Just keep that in mind. You're learning about everything, your environment around you. You will not walk from your truck to a truck, from your truck into the truck stop without learning something. You start having your head on a swivel. You put your shoulders back a little more. You walk with confidence, especially if you're a female. I mean, males will do that too, but you learn a lot while you're in training. Don't forsake anything. It's all going to help you in the long run, and it's not going to be easy.
Absolutely not.
Not easy at all.
Yes, there is couples like that, you know, are on the truck together.
Yeah, definitely ask questions, and if you don't get answers, then ask someone else. Do your own research. Google. Contact Prime Training. There are ways to get answers. How does Prime do couples training? So does that mean that you both are coming to Prime to get your CDL?
See, with that though, I know, like, you have to be at Prime. You have to be at, like, what, 9 months before you can start training. But like, there's somebody I met since, you know, I've been up here. Her and I have become real good friends, but her husband actually drives for Prime. But I mean, he had to go through the trainer program and stuff like that.
Oh, sorry, Michael, real quick. I got them at the Iowa 80. They're called Heat Shield Custom Sunshades, and they also have a website if you're not in that area. But that's where I found them. Oh yeah, that's right. So Janae and Shane, the two crazy Florida truckers, they're a couple, and Shane trained Janae. But Shane, had you trained someone else previously? Because I thought you couldn't immediately train your partner or husband, you know, your partner or spouse or whatever it is, that you had to train someone else before that. So maybe you can answer that in comments, you guys. And I'm squinting again because I can't see the comments real well.
I don't think they have to be a CDL holder, but they have to have, you know, Prime has to know who's on the truck. You know, you can't just put somebody on the truck, you know, and just ride out or anything.
Let's see. A comment should pop back up. It's from Prince D. Do you see it?
Yeah.
What does that say?
It says, yes, me and him. He has a CDL already. He's older than me, LOL. He got his CDL when he was 23, so he's been driving for 5 years.
So if you both come to Prime, he's going to have to go through a program, even if he does have the CDL, and then you know, if you wanted him to train you, because I'm sort of missing some of the comments and probably the story, so I apologize for that. But if you were then looking for him to train you, then he would have to be with Prime for the requirement, you know, the required time, then go through the CDL and TNT instructor courses. You would have to apply for Prime, be approved, and then be a student.
They said it has to be for 90 days before he can train. I thought it was 9 months.
No, I think was that from the Two Crazy Florida Truckers?
Yeah.
That was because they're Shane taught Janae,
Oh,
so
okay,
there was
yeah.
a delay in how soon he could train her as a partner. Does anyone with experience? Oh my gosh! So
Yes.
what was the name of that person? Kala. This one?
I can't even see it. It's all
So-
together so small.
Cat Lift Research, I think. I think that's your name. You guys, I have met so many people that are veteran truckers, and I run into them at the terminals, and I always try to strike up a conversation so I can learn from the veterans, and by veterans I mean been driving a long time, not armed services, and I'll find out that they've been with Prime for 5 years or 10 years, but they've been driving for 20 or 30. And my question is always like, why did you come to Prime? And why are you still here? Like, I'm interested in knowing too, because if you believed all of the naysayers, Prime doesn't pay well, Prime doesn't care about safety, and you know, we've all heard them, whatever. And they said that they came here to make the best money and be treated the best, have the best benefits, the best terminals. So that's why they have chosen to stay. When they essentially, with that type of experience, they could go anywhere. And then I'm gonna get her, I think her name is Sandy. I might have that wrong, but I met her. I was doing laundry in Missouri at the terminal, and she had been driving for like 16 years and then came to Prime. So she's been with Prime for like 9 and has been training. And she said her first year with Prime, she made $500,000. And she said she had trouble with the IRS real fast. Now, granted, that was 9 years ago, but she is still pulling in a lot of money. So yes, there are veterans that come and stay, and then there are people that come and they never leave. I mean, if you could go to the terminals, the lines or the halls in the terminals are lined with plaques of people and their accomplishments about millions of drivers and, you know, millions of miles and millions of miles, and it's just crazy. I think taco truck lovers in here, what's that say? Are going to, I can't read that.
Look.
No, seriously, like, I know you're pointing at it, but I don't have my glasses on.
Here, put your eyeballs on real quick.
I don't have them. Wait, can't you read it out loud?
No.
All right.
Look.
I'm going to continue.
We don't have to say that.
Oh, the Dapper Trucker. That is still yet to be decided. I wish I had an answer for you if I'm going to continue. But I have been doing sort of a lot of thinking and a lot of talking about what my next move may be. So I think it's pretty much decided. I just am waiting a little bit to chat about it. So, well, welcome back, Gorilla. If you want to be power only, so if you have your own authority and you want to be power only, I don't know a lot about that, but Prime loves power only. So you'd probably have to call the logistics side of the business. I wish I knew more, but Vikings training camp. Oh, I wish I could go to the Vikings training camp. I've been there once in the last 4 years, I think it's been. But I haven't been to the new facility in Egan or Mendota Heights, whatever you want to call it.
You see what he says, Prince D?
No, I can't see that.
I need you to put your eyeballs on one.
Right. I love crime, but what? Oh my gosh, you guys, hang on. Can't stand it. I gotta take off my dragonfly glasses then. Okay. See what I do for you guys?
She loves her glasses, for real, her little dragonflies.
Alright.
What Prince D said right here.
Let's see.
My personal opinion, you know, you can't go on what other people say. You have to do what you want to and what you feel like is best. And over the road truck driving it's not easy all the time, but you do get to see places and see stuff that a lot of people won't get to see, you know. You can't always stop and see that kind of stuff, but I mean, and over the road truck driving is not for everybody, you know, but I mean,
here's what I would say, Prince D. Prove your mom wrong. Show her how happy you are doing what you want to do, and have her help change the minds, or have a really concrete debate with those that say it's horrible. Say, well, I know from experience that my child loves it, and this is why. Don't give up because of other people. It frustrates me when I hear people that want to do that.
You definitely have to do what you want to do and what you think is best. You can't worry about what other people say or think.
Yep, listen to what people say, put it through the bullshit filter, like I like to say, and then do your thing. Do you. Prime is working on a load choice board where you will be given the choice of 3 loads. There are people testing it right now, or drivers testing it, and now that I'm part of the driver advisory board, I see much of the conversations taking place about that, but I don't have clearance to freely discuss. So until I do, mum's the word. Zip it. But I go to my first meeting July 15th, so I hope to learn more.
Who was that said about 5 feet off the road sightseeing? Yeah, I mean, a lot of times, really, that's the way it is. You see it going down the road, but then there are other times, like Thomas said, that you might get a break, you know, and get to go do whatever. Like us, we went and got our nails done yesterday.
Stefan, are you crazy? You've been there for that long, waiting on your load? Oh, dear God.
How long have you been there?
He was able to do
Who
it.
was Stefan with?
34.
Wasn't he with Bags, wasn't he? Weren't you with Bags? I think.
Oh, I think online, all grammar is forgiven. He's already there, Taco.
I thought it was Bags.
Oh, so you're the Stefan that I met at the terminal. Is that right? We chatted for a bit. Shane, I'm telling you what, that's awesome, Stefan. I remember you clearly. We were gonna lose our mind if we didn't get our nails done. Like, I got my nails and my toes done, so I'm happy camper again.
Yeah, we had time to kill, and I had, let's see, one of them broke. I shut something on the truck on one of them, and then I was up here getting in the bunk.
On the ladder.
Oh yeah, Miss Man. No, that's when you didn't leave the ladder down for me.
I do that often.
Okay, I'm only 5'4.5". I'm short. she went to go take a shower, and guess what? I was up there asleep. And yeah, she didn't leave the ladder, and I was trying to get down. Well, I got down and then come crashing this way and broke a fingernail and said a few cuss words. So I had mine off, she had hers off, so it was time to go get our stuff redone.
See, Wilbert spoiled me because when I left the ladder up, Wilbert was lanky and long enough to put his arm around underneath and get the ladder back down. Short stuff over here isn't, and I gotta remember that.
I can't help it. I raise Cain at her all the time if we're walking somewhere. She's like gone. And I'm like, hey, slow down. I can't catch up.
So yeah, that trip planning, I try to emphasize to her all the time, like when you leave and you always want time left on your clock. You know, if you deliver because you want to be able to get loaded right away and get on the road. And I know it's tougher being solo. I've done solo, so I know that the windows can be a little tighter. Teams sometimes have, you know, more play, if you will. Nene walks like she's on a mission.
She does. I have short legs, so I mean it takes me.
It's funny because Wilbert used to say I walked fast, but I really slowed down my walking. I really have. I need
you to slow it down a little bit more for me to keep up with you.
I need to get back on track with that. For real. Well, Thomas, you need to duck.
Oh no, he was talking about the other day when. Oh yeah, and another thing, I got to see my honey in passing again.
Okay, I haven't seen my husband in a long time, and this girl's seeing this guy twice now.
Only in what, 2 or 3 weeks? But it's only because we were on the same interstate, thank God.
Thank you, Prince. Let's go for a walk sometime. Hopefully that. Okay, ladies, have a good night. Bye, Lisa. Thanks for coming in.
You know what he was talking about though the other day? I was over here at the Coke machine. He was on the other side of the store. He could not see me.
Oh.
Over the things.
Just yell her name out, Sally Joe. She doesn't listen to Stephanie anymore. I've got some really good detention as of late. It's been hitting my settlement, so I can't be mad about it. Aw, thank you, Lisa. That's so sweet.
Yeah, we didn't leave 80 for 2 weeks. That truck or this truck.
Yeah, that is true. I've never been on 80 so much, like my entire time I've been out here. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But it's interesting because as we came across 80 for this last load, I kept wanting to drop into 70 after Denver, and I watched the Weather Channel and what was going on, and 70 was getting pummeled by all those storms. So I was like, I may be a little, a couple miles more out of route, but let's stay the course. Let's stay on 80. We had sunshine in the skies, blue skies. I mean, it was good. Do you work the needed time before you take vacation? Or your vacation's paid for? So as far as vacations, for me, because I'm a lease operator, I don't receive any sort of vacation pay other than what I put away for myself. For you, as a company driver, you earn time off towards paid vacation days, right? Mm-hmm. Are they vacation, or you can use them for anything?
I think it's just vacation.
Like, is it considered PTO, or is it vacation?
I don't even know.
I wish I knew more, but I haven't been a company driver, so.
You know what? I think, I know though, I'm not sure how they have it listed, but I know for every 7 days you work, every 7 days you run, you get 1 day off. So.
And you get 1 paid day off.
I think so.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know.
Okay. I'm aware of Nick and Carla, and I've watched a few of their videos when I can. They have some good substance over there, and they found their niche, which is a married couple trucking. you know.
You know
and
what? They're from Alabama too.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
And so yeah, there's a huge interest, you know, in the fact that they're a lesbian married couple, and they do have a lot of men that watch their channel too. And I'm saying this because I've heard them say that. So I think that's great that they get that support, and you know, they're just trying to do what everybody else is trying to do out here, is, you know, trying to stay connected to other people when you're on the road. And if you make a little money, you make a little money. What else we got?
Oh, he was just talking about Nick and Carla. Don't they work for CRST now?
Yeah. Ooh, that's good, Stefan. Yeah, we were talking about, you know, I typically, after everything, my settlement is typically 40% of the revenue to the truck. So. Trucker Hershey, there's always going to be time for laundry, right?
Yeah, look, I need to be in there doing mine right now, but I can do it in the morning.
Our 01 isn't until 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, so I said, oh, and we're, what, 16 miles from there? So I'm going to do laundry tomorrow. I don't want to have all my fun in one day, so I'm going to do my laundry tomorrow.
Hair is, I look like a crazy person.
A little bit.
Thank God for flat
Hey,
irons.
you guys, I'm going to ask you this because I know my family's not going to watch this.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done the I'm going to call them this, and then I'm going to describe them because maybe I have the wrong term. But the Japanese floating lanterns, right? So there's this idea that you light them, you make a wish, and then you let them go, and the light of the whatever it is inside this lantern lifts them into the atmosphere. Have you done it? Is there sort of some special things that you can say around it? I kind of want to surprise my family. Thomas, stop it! Saying, and set the forest on fire. Remember the other day when we were talking about the sandbar? He ruined our bonfire on the sandbar idea too.
Yes, okay. So
Always a firefighter.
We were going over, I don't know what bridge we were on. Of course, I don't know where we were.
Dixie May, we're in New Jersey.
Yes, New Jersey.
Did you, Lee? See, I don't know. Maybe I should find out if they're even allowed.
Well, I mean, there shouldn't be a problem as long as nothing's really dry. And I mean, it's been raining like hell in Michigan, I think.
Well, it goes, people see them from a distance. Huh. It'll be going over, the cabin I went to last year, I did a home time video, but it's over Lake Pepin, over Salt Lake City. One side of the river is, or one side of the lake is Wisconsin, the other side is Minnesota.
Ooh, Stefan gets to go home.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we get to go home next week too. We're excited.
Yeah. The flights are booked. We are leaving early on the 4th. And here's what we need to talk about. All right, City Country Girl. I don't know if she still watches me, but last year about this time, we were talking about how our automatic transmissions in these freight shakers really go to bucking. So,
yeah, no, honey, I'm not.
It doesn't happen so much in the winter, but in the summer when it's warm and I am truly loaded, trying to back this up with truck and trailer, she took a video and we sent it to Road Assist. It was bad, wasn't it? I mean,
it was
literally,
bad.
It was like this, and all I did was let my foot off the pedal, and I thought one time we were just gonna ram in to the dock door, like, it, you know, and it was kind of like dismissed last year, like, oh, I never heard of that, blah, blah, blah. Well, we did a video, and when
it scared us to death.
When we fly home, this thing can go to Freightliner dealership in Missouri and get fixed under warranty, because that is an insurance claim waiting to happen, and this girl ain't paying for it. Oh, I'll look for it, Stefan, because I've been hit up hard for friend requests, and I kind of stopped looking at them. But I'll do that. What was that last part? Somebody saw a video. They fixed that.
INV, the new one.
Sean, are you talking about the bucking in reverse?
What's this jackass doing?
I am on Facebook. I'm Nancy Brown. It's all good.
She is, Stefan. She is. She did not believe me when I told her, but I'm like, yeah.
I'm just a friendly girl, trying to help people.
Yeah, so they piss you off about $5.
It wasn't about the $5.
I know, but he came back.
I was happy with the $5. What? Why can't you friend request me? You know what? You probably can't because I have like a lot just sitting there that I haven't responded to. That is so strange. I'll have to look because I don't think I've hit a limit. I'm gonna look. I'll have to look at it.
You know what? I'm talking about Sally's friend request. Her and I both get them, just like random people, or send just ridiculous messages. It's just like delete.
See now, I just got one from Thomas. He sent a friend request. So I don't know. Are you under Nancy Brown? Like, I know you know Janae because I'm on some other group Facebook pages with you, so I know you know mine, but oh, friends of friends. Oh, maybe I need to change that. You may be right, Thomas. Clutch abuse. I am not the abuser.
The truck's trying to abuse us.
Right? All right, you guys. I'll look at my Facebook thing and change it so that. But Trucker Hershey, I'm the only Nancy Brown.
There's more Nancy Browns, but not that Nancy Brown.
Maybe try Nancy Brown, Minnesota? I don't know.
You know what? We need to tell them about all the people at the gas station this morning. Everybody wanted to stare. It's over.
What?
All the people this morning. They like, female truck drivers. This shouldn't be craziness. You know?
Uh-oh, somebody else from Alabama in the house.
Nauvoo.
That is not how I would have pronounced that. Do you know that place? Is that
Yes, I know that place.
Is that a legit place?
Yes, that's a legit place.
So
Hey, Kenneth.
Speak to him in your language.
Look, I'm from Alabama too, so get ready to catch hell here.
Kenneth, I won't hold anything against you just because of her.
You're not even funny.
You guys, I'll fix that in Facebook. No, it's a pic of me. Wait, is it me?
It's you and your mom, and I think you're.
Oh yeah, there's three of us. It's my sister and my mom. Yeah. Good morning, Padua. I like that name. Oh, Sally Joe.
Roll Tide. Thomas, don't say no smart
Kenneth,
stuff.
wait, hang on. Don't let this girl fool you, Kenneth, because she was all about Roll Tide, and then she met this guy. And yeah, I'm gonna say this guy. And now, look at. You see these fingernails? This is blue. You wanna know why? Where is it?
Well, look, I can like Michigan because my honey's
Michigan
from
Wolverines. She turned.
Oh no, I will always be an Alabama fan. He and I have already had conversations about this. Yes.
Trucker Hershey, yes, they do have hill assist. Gorilla, my mom is, like I said, she's a cat. She's amazing. She goes back to the doctor on July 1st. We're supposed to have an update on her prognosis. She's still in hospice care, but I question if she should be because her comeback is amazing. I mean, we've talked about, we were planning a funeral and she came back, so.
Look what Lee said.
Right?
Look, she's got claws too.
Mine are coughing. There is not a button to turn it off. It's when you engage the brake when you're on a hill, it automatically turns it on. So I know, yay for mom is right. Ooh, you just crossed the line there, Kenneth. That might be another conversation, but she's finger wagging now.
Now, okay, I will say this. I'm 100%. I love Alabama football. I'm one of those people, you can't take me in public when I'm watching Alabama football because I will jump this high off the ground. I will cuss, kick, scream.
That's taller than she is.
Yes, it's taller than I am. Like, it gets super serious for me when football's on. But like, if Alabama didn't win, and Auburn went to the SEC championship, national championship, hell yeah, I want Auburn to win. Keep it in the state.
So Stefan, I know that recently Prime changed their own requirements to 9 months again. They dropped it to 6 for a while, and it's back to 9. But the FMS or the FMCSA ruling for the 2 years for trainers, I believe, is effective February something of 2020.
What is my honey talking about?
Lee, what's the save your mom does?
Oh, I guess he's talking about me jumping off the ground. Oh, her mom. Okay.
That, yeah, a lot of people say that that I look like my mom, and you know, she was a model back in the day, so I will take that. She was.
Hi, Carla.
She's a beautiful person.
See what Kenneth said? 12 to 15 Saturdays out of the year. I'm
Thank you,
unavailable.
Carla. Sweet dreams.
Look, I'm the same way, Kenneth. Don't call me. Don't talk to me. If Alabama football don't leave me the hell alone.
Oh, so which contract? For like your 1 year with Prime?
Yeah, I think he's been off the truck with bags for a while.
Yeah. Well, since January would be, if that's the case.
Oh, my phone just shut down. That's fabulous.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, just from meeting you, Stefan, I think you have the right temperament. I don't know. There's some people that just shouldn't train.
What am I going to do during football season? Guess what? Satellite radio.
Kenneth wants to know how you're liking this gig.
Oh, I love it. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people have wanted to know how I like it. I love it in general. Some days are very stressful. For sure. Like Pennsylvania the other night. I hate Pennsylvania. I hate driving through that deckham state. Oh, I was about ready to lose it, and it says low battery on. Oh, I know what's happening.
Gorilla, I think you should. I mean, if you have an opportunity to become a mentor at any company, I think that's a good thing. And especially if they're calling you out specifically because you have the right temperament, that's meaningful because there's not enough of those people.
Yeah, because most people just like get pissy and scream and yell and act crazy. Like, I mean, her and I have talked about this. Like, she's a really great trainer. She's very patient and calm. And I'm complete opposite. Like, I get really stressed out really easy. And I'm not the calmest person. So I know definitely that I couldn't train anybody. And like, when we get there's been quite a few times that, you know, we were driving, you know, I was driving down the road and she was sitting up here with me, and we get in a large amount, you know, like a lot of traffic. And, you know, I told her before, I got in a really, really bad car wreck about 3 years ago, and sometimes it's like it's my nerves, you know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm just on edge, and she's like, you know, just calm your nerves down. And I mean, I try to remember that, because like I said, it can definitely be stressful, you know. I mean, it's bad enough when you get in situations like that in a car, but in a semi, you know, that's a totally different ballgame.
Black Beauty got hit. Sorry, Shane. We picked up today in Virginia and had to hightail it up to New Jersey for a quick drop. And she still had time on her clock, and I said, okay, everything you've heard about New Jersey is true, and you're going to drive it. And she wasn't the happiest, but while she was driving, I said, I know this is stressful for you, but you need to go through these stressful moments. For one, so she can learn how she reacts to things, so that she's self-aware of how she reacts to these things. You know, if she's ever on her own, or, you know, teaming with somebody else or whatever, you gotta push yourself through that fear, so to speak, because coming out on the other side is awesome, right? And then you said it's not as bad as you thought.
Yeah, a lot of times I say that, you know, we get somewhere, and I'm like, okay, that's not as bad as I thought. But I mean, like at that moment, you know, like when I try to stay, you know, I don't stay in the far right lane when we're driving, because I know a lot of times, as we were talking about today, people merging, especially like up here in Jersey, it freaks me out so bad, you know, when you have people merging on, like just hauling ass coming up right beside you, you know, that scares me a little bit.
Bye, TJ, if you're signing out.
But just in, you know, in general, I mean, she helps me a lot keep my nerves, you know.
You'll always make things worse in your mind than they are.
Oh, absolutely.
That's exactly what worrying is all about. You conjure up all of these awful thoughts, and they are usually far worse than the real thing. So I want to go back to Hershey. So the new rules in February of next year state that you can only attain your CDL through a certified school or training program, and then hence the reason for the new certification requirements for the trainers. So there's no more getting trained by Uncle Bob or Grandpa. You have to go through, after that date, February, you have to go through a school that has been certified. So.
Yes, middle lane is better.
Hang with us. What are we having for dins? Being calm and patient is the secret. I would agree.
It is, but it's, oh God.
Grilla, I will tell you this. The GPS almost got her early this morning. And you said, if you don't feel it, don't do it. She was at the crossroads, literally, figuratively, all of that. And she's like, I just don't think I should turn here. Like, GPS wants her to go. And she's like, I just don't think I should. Well, good thing she didn't. I don't know where the hell GPS was really taking us to. Because,
all the time, honey.
Because we chose to find it on Google, and we followed the Google route, and the Google map was how we got to the washout, not GPS. Like, they were on two different worlds. I don't know. But yeah, so she had that moment of clarity, like, no, this is a bad decision.
And it really was. I knew it was going to be a disaster, you know. Excuse my French, but we're fixing to tear some shit up if we'd have went on that other road.
Yeah. And
I mean, I'm talking about stuff on that road, you know, this truck. So I'm like, yeah, no. And it was 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. No, about 2:30, and I'm like, yeah, no. And we were just sitting there in the middle of the road. Luckily, you know, it was dark in the middle of BFE, sorry. BFE, excuse me. But yeah, I told her, I said, I just don't. She was back there laying down. I said, I don't. Sorry. I said, you know, I don't think I need to turn on this road.
Yeah.
I just don't. Then we got turned around, looked again. I said, yeah, we can't turn on that road.
So, Janae, what kind of damage do you have if I missed that in comments? That sucks. The deer are, I mean, we've come, you know, close a couple times, but they've been staying, you know, on the grass right alongside the shoulder.
They need to stay in their lane.
And the other ones we have passed because they are carcasses. So.
Wrong tide!
Oh, hush. Hush.
Look, you can't help but laugh. I'm for real. I have her cracking up all the time. If y'all only knew some of the crazy backwoods country stuff I say.
Solar, I learned that the hard way. I got stuck on a bad road. Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad it's not the new one.
You know what? I really thought this morning, coming out of that church parking lot, that oh God.
She does scream prime all the time. So anytime we spot a prime truck, like I'm the hand waver. I'm the one that puts it up faithfully every time. If you don't wave back to me, that's fine. I don't hold it against you, primarily because I don't know who you are. If I could take down truck numbers, I would. So when she spots them, though, she's like, prime! And then if I hear her, I echo, prime! So.
See? I'm not the only one that does it. Like, for real, she will be laying down.
I don't think she's, Janae's talking about how she screams prime. I think she talks about how she's a hand waver.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't wave at people.
I do.
I just say, prime! And she's back there in the back, she will. Then, like I said, if she's not asleep.
Sometimes I'm asleep and I wake up and I'm like, prime!
So, just if you see us, just know we're hollering prime like damn idiots in here in the truck.
Oh, she does both. She waves and yells.
Oh.
Awesome. I like where you're going with that. Princess wave, is that this?
Yeah, sometimes you might need to do that. Give them a Hawaiian good luck symbol.
I think Shane should. He could pull it off. Hey, y'all. From South Florida. We got another Floridian in the house.
Y'all keep Florida. It's too damn hot. I'm telling you. I tried to tell her. I used to live in Florida. Now, you can ask them. It will be... What did he say? Oh. Yes.
Don't give up, Thomas. Keep doing you. Another one. Aaron. Well, geez.
All right.
Florida is alive and well.
Look, Florida people, tell her. I used to live on Eglin Air Force Base. It will be raining in your front yard, but not your backyard. Craziest shit ever.
You guys, I worked out of Orlando for many months out of the year. I would travel back and forth. So I went from super long hair to a pixie cut because I was so sick of the humidity. Florida did that to me. Aaron, what's the temp and humidity like down there?
Stifling. It's like hell.
Cocoa Beach. I almost bought a timeshare there years ago. Years ago. Oh, 94. Whoa. Davie, Florida. What side of the state is it on? Is it on the west? Davie.
I don't know. My most part of Florida that I know is the Panhandle, like I said, because I lived on Eglin, so. I like Florida, but in increments.
So, Aaron, do you think you make, are you comfortable with what you make because you're home every day now? Can I ask you that? Or you may not want to answer. Oh, see, he agrees with you, Trucker Hershey. raining hard in the front, not in the back, or vice versa. He lived there for 20 years.
It's crazy.
You have schizophrenic weather. And then Janae's over here, heaven on earth. Absolutely love it.
Oh, now don't get me wrong. I like Florida, but I can only deal with it. Like, I'm a mountain kind of girl. You know, I love Tennessee. Smoky Mountains.
Don't want to drive them, but
oh yeah,
great in a convertible. That's why.
Oh
I
yeah,
say.
not in a semi though. Nope.
You're nuts, Thomas. What do you like about the UP? Oh, so you probably found it like to be a respite for you. And I have never been deep sea fishing. And I'm a water person, but that scares the bejeebers out of me. I'm a boat person. I go on cruises, but I don't know if I want to be on a charter boat.
Yeah, it is pretty. I've only seen pictures.
Yeah, Aaron, I can understand that. My kids are upper 20s, so but I miss the heck out of them and the dogs and Chris, of course. So look, if I could find a suitable local that got me close to what I was making, I would take Sally Joe with me.
That's right.
What is tarpon fishing? Or did you autocorrect and that's supposed to be harpoon? That's a beautiful area up there, Stefan. I got stuck in Tacoma. Oh my gosh. Lived it up in that marina there. There's some very wealthy people
Fishing.
in that area.
See that? You said fishing all day. Fishing and cold beer.
Yeah. Janae, do you have a fishing business or website, or there's some connection with fishing for you guys, and put it out there if that's the case. Well, thank you. I feel... Oh, it's a type of fish. Can you eat them, or is it just the challenge of the sport of it? Do you throw them back? Or can you eat tarpon? Probably saying that wrong. Huh. Interesting.
111 miles.
To the 90?
I know he'll be happy dancing when he gets there.
Are you guys gonna do some fishing videos, Janae, when you guys go on home time? Oh, tarpon. Okay. Tarpon. See, I learn something from you guys all the time. Multiple things.
You learn lots from us southern folks.
Oh, I know. Some of it I just have to forget.
What? Let's see. We've talked about all this stuff with me. What new words have you learned this week?
Dollar.
$1.298.
$1.298. Oh, there's been some other ones. Oh.
Don't throw the F-bomb out there like I just did.
When she says white milk, it is so funny. I thought she was saying something about wife belt. I had no idea what she was talking about.
Okay, let me tell y'all the story. All right, today we were riding down the road. She was sitting over here. I don't know, what were you doing? You were doing something.
I was probably playing with the filter on Instagram because I cracked myself up. Yeah. I'm easy to amuse.
That's what she was doing. And I said, you know what would be good to eat? I said, but damn, I don't have no white milk. And she's like, what?
She said it much faster. And
of course.
With her Alabama, like, now she's a little self-conscious, so she's enunciating more. All I heard was wet lap. And I'm like, what is wet lap? And literally, I'm having her repeat it, and I said, okay, I'm looking directly in your mouth because I have to see what you're saying.
And then she still didn't understand, so I had to talk really slow.
And I said, you're saying white milk? White milk.
Yeah, white milk.
What milk? What milk? What? You can't eat dolphin?
Oh my God, the best mountain experiences.
What? Can you eat dolphin?
Hell no, I'm not.
No, but can you?
I don't know. I'm not
when
going to.
when they, I think you guys are lying. I think you're pulling my leg. Cause doesn't it say on the tuna cans, no dolphin
Yeah.
hurt?
Look here. Not Flipper.
Well,
What the
and
hell?
everybody
We
says
can't
you
be
can
in
eat deer,
Flipper,
but
y'all.
not Bambi. So, can you? I see. If I had a phone to Google, it would. Wait a minute. Is there a different kind of dolphin? So the cute little ones that you ride at all of the resorts, that's not the kind of dolphin that you eat.
I'm not eating no kind of damn dolphin. That's what you think,
They're
riding
so
dolphin?
cute. Mahi mahi is tuna, isn't it? I order that all the time in the restaurants. I'm eating dolphin?
I know damn more.
I thought I was eating tuna. I'm shocked. I've been eating dolphin. Oh wait, it is tuna. I'm so confused. I'm gonna Google it. Do you know what it is? Mahi mahi?
Shit, I don't know. I don't eat it.
Tastes like steak though. It's good.
Hawaiian dolphin. Shit, I don't care what kind of dolphin it is.
We have this whole conversation like, it is dolphin. It's not really dolphin. That's what we call it down here. I really don't know what it is.
I'll never think the same about it again. Poor little dolphin.
Aww. I don't know that I can give it up though, because mahi mahi. We got a salad. It's good stuff. Can't get a mahi mahi salad at the truck stops. Yeah, I really don't even.
It's not delicious.
Okay. All right.
No, don't say that.
So, Shane's gonna send me pictures of mahi mahi, which is what you're calling a dolphin. Or what am I getting pictures of? I really don't know. I'm sort of like seeing every other comment. Hey, Dirt Farmer. Thanks for joining. It's around dinner time and we're talking about eating dolphin or not dolphin or mahi mahi or it's not a porpoise. I don't even know. I'm lost.
Well, my phone's dead, babe.
Do they have a nice Cobb salad?
Brunswick stew. Have you ever ate Brunswick stew?
I don't even know what Brunswick stew is.
Oh my God.
What is it?
It's a stew. It's the damn bomb.com.
What's in it? What's in Brunswick stew?
It's, oh God. Look. I'll show you. I'll show you.
Can I rev my car engine? What?
What?
Are you guys hearing a lot of feedback? Because the APU is on, but we have the curtain shut. I'm totally lost now. It says old bowling balls.
What the hell?
I missed it. Tomato-based stew for the South. What's in it?
I mean, you have corn, like some people. I'll show you the whole thing later, like the whole recipe and stuff for it. Oh my God, it is so good. What the hell are we talking about bowling for? What are we talking about?
I have no idea. Someone's asking if revving the truck. Someone else is talking about bowling, and then someone else says, "Never mind." I don't know. This is great. That
Which one?
she is not. I am. Oh, Brunswick Lanes. Now I follow. Okay. Yeah, we have Brunswick in Minnesota. You see Thomas's comment? Way to go, Tom. Tommy.
Please don't wreck us.
No, I've never had Brunswick stew. I tried to eat a beef vegetable soup from, I don't know, some truck stop restaurant, and literally it was corn. This girl doesn't really do corn because it's not good for
Well,
my
see, that
diet.
has like corn in it. It's got like
But that soup that I had was primarily just corn and a few beans. Remember?
Yes, that was bullshit. I really need to charge.
So it's
my
like
phone. Let me borrow this
it's kind of
charger.
like a gumbo, huh?
Yes and no. Oh shit. No
I
oysters.
like oysters. Oh, I
Hell
like
no.
oysters.
I'm not eating no oysters. That's nasty.
Yes. Hey, Sonny.
Almost busted my ass.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't get any power from that.
Where? Here, plug that in. Let me switch. Here.
You guys, she's like messing up our programming,
Oh, God.
our programming efforts. So, I agree. Oysters are delicious.
They're nasty.
But I'm not a chewer of oysters. I'm like, get it in your mouth and swallow. I would try Brunswick. There's another thing. I don't know if it's primarily a northern thing. I've never had it either, but a lot of churches make it. It's called Booyah.
Turn me a light on back here real quick. Thank you.
You're welcome. I will take a look at the pics. And oysters are an aphrodisiac, so they say.
Alright, you turn it off now.
So they say. Are you even in this picture anymore?
Who?
Oh, I'm waiting for her to come back. She is enjoying training, and I am loving training.
Oh, you just love it because I make you laugh.
Mountain oysters are something different.
Let's not talk about them mountain oysters.
But yeah, training's going well. We get along. She's learning,
Crazy.
and you know what? I do think she has a knack already for backing. And so we just take every dock as a new opportunity to practice, and that's what she does.
Some places, though, I'm not comfortable though. I get sort of freaked out by it.
That's okay. All right, Juck. Upgrading. Are you with Primes, or are you doing are you company or lease? Tell us what's going on with that.
What the crap?
I wish somebody was in the area. We could go get a drink or something. We don't drive till 2 tomorrow. But I don't think anybody's in our area.
Hell, we don't need nobody to drink. We
Oh,
just-
so Juck, did they call you in? Like there's a truck available and you can now go into the terminal? We are in Camden, New Jersey. I don't know, Janae. Sally Joe.
What is he talking about? He can't wait for that phone call. What are you talking about?
I didn't hear that, but Janae of the Two Crazy Florida Truckers says that you guys, you talk like her. Fingers crossed for you too, Juck.
Oh, us two drinking. Uber. Remember that asshole Uber guy yesterday? Man,
Yeah.
how rude.
How rude. You guys, an hour and 45 minutes. Can you believe it? Oh, thanks, Chuck. I appreciate that. I really do. Sometimes I'm at a loss for what to talk about or when to do a video. But we keep doing it. Sally Joe's gonna be a little star here soon, if she's not already.
No, I'm just me.
You can't see her, can you?
Don't you be turning those lights on.
Well, that's better, isn't it? Then you can see her.
Yeah, no, but I hadn't flat ironed my hair yet. I'll turn the other light on.
Seriously, I have a visor on.
Okay, well my hair hadn't been flat ironed. I can't do it.
Hey, Rita.
She don't love me no more. Oh. Oh.
Wow, bright light. How are you, Rita? Did you get your truck? What's this say? I know, you guys. I really have to thank you. I am at 4,500 subscribers, which is just mind blowing to me. That's 2 times the size of the town that I grew up in. That's crazy. And I started this off thinking it was just going to be for 3-4 people to watch.
And look at you now.
And look at me now. What is this arrow thing?
Because your messages. Oh yeah, it's got to be flat iron. My hair will be this big.
Thank you, Dirt Farmer. I take that as a compliment because I struggle with that sometimes. I want to get down and talk about my opinions on certain things, and I have decided that trolls have gotten the best of me a couple times, and I heard really good advice from one YouTuber that says if they're a troll, they're not really part of your community, so why do you even care? And since then I'm like, nope, it's not worth it.
She's very down to earth. I mean, what you see is what you get, definitely with her.
Try to be.
I don't know. She's probably, honestly though, you're probably a little sillier and crazier when it's like just us messing around.
Of course I am.
Like us just sitting here talking, I'm telling y'all, we will cut a damn donkey.
Chuck, I've seen it happen already. I've seen some prime trainers that are at least taking time off with the new program, and I don't know that they'll return because that's a I mean, it's a good thing to have that amount of miles, but at the same time, previously the amount of mileage was perfect to take a student on to get them to upgrade or get them to their truck. Then as a trainer you would take time off and then come back refreshed, and extending that doesn't give a trainer the opportunity to sort of have that recharging of the batteries, so to speak, so that you could be refreshed and ready to go again. So I don't know what's going to happen. I fear that the good trainers will make other decisions.
What's my honey talking about?
I don't know.
Damn you too.
So Sean, I started prime orientation in October, and I completed training in February because I went through Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's.
I look demon possessed.
Major holidays. And he took time off. And yeah, it was a long time. Whew. What's that?
I was catching up.
Thank you, TJ. I've trained in the corporate world. I was a trainer for mortgage servicing. I was a trainer for oh my gosh, like fire restoration, flooding restoration, and so I've trained on a number of different subjects and intensities, and I've just always loved it. So I love it really when the person, you can see the light shines through in their eyes and they're like, oh my, you know, they're starting to get it. Really, Greg? I thought that's fast.
How many miles did I say I have after the day?
Oh, Rita, I know. You think you're done with all those CBTs, and then you come in for the upgrade and you're like, what? I have to do all these CBTs again? There's some new ones, but most of them are a refresh. What's that?
After today, how many? I don't remember the mileage I've had. What did I say, 19,000 or something?
Yep. So you've been with me a week and a half?
No. I know 2 weeks. Because I was with you 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that, one of the days.
Oh yeah, 2.5. So she's been on the truck for 2.5 weeks, and again, the first week is really, you do such low mileage, but you need to do 19,000 yet?
Yeah, it's a little over 19,000.
So we're getting there, knocking them out. Oh,
You went out for a minute early.
I know, Greg, it doesn't seem long enough, does it? You know, they try to average 5,000 for a team. We've been averaging, well, again, we're just starting to roll as a team, because you remember, you got to work your way up to that. But about 35 to 4,000 miles a week. And I'm hoping, we're starting to see longer trips in there, so I'm hoping that they'll start pushing for the 5,000 plus. We'll see. So you guys, we're coming up on 2 hours.
What else
Should
do we
be
need
like-
to talk about?
I think
Besides, I need to.
I think they've heard enough of my voice. I think it's time to play Mr. Rogers and say goodnight. Take the shoes off, put the cardigan on.
Mr. Rogers, really? You referencing yourself to Mr. Rogers? That's some bullshit.
Problem is, the trainer gets screwed a lot because miles isn't what they get paid. Well, that is true. Well, the trainer can be company, but typically a TNT trainer is a lease. Oh my gosh, TJ, that's horrible. He walked off the end of the trailer because he was so exhausted.
That'd been grounds for
Well,
ass
you're
whooping.
here with us today, so I assume that you're okay. What do you think about that Pam training? I didn't realize that was so short. That's how short it was. Wow, it's kind of shocking to me. You don't hear a lot about Pam in that regard, like not having a long training program, or I don't know. I have a headache. I'm getting more water.
Oh yeah, some ice water.
Yeah, I had some earlier, but hang on.
That's not ice.
Nope. It's just a red Solo cup.
Don't
Little-
make bust out and sing.
A little Wapatuli. No, I'm kidding. It's water. Oh, that sounds amazing. To be mountain biking in Arizona. Make sure you take your water. Oh. What? Well, I suppose for safety measures, they have to make sure that you're not all looped up. So I understand that.
He's talking about have fun at the bar. Where you going?
What do you think, Sally Joe?
What? What you mean think about what?
What do you think about signing off? She said it's time to go.
Oh hell, honey, we hadn't finished yet. Not until we say.
So it's supposed to be deuces, or what is that?
No what? Check.
Oh.
I need a Coca-Cola.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah, I would have been checked out by a doctor for sure, because you hit the old noggin. That is not okay. You know.
I
Not.
smacked my big old watermelon head on TV last night.
Oh.
Oh God, I cussed so bad.
But who put you out for 6 weeks? Did you have to go and see a doctor later on and they took you off the truck for 6 weeks?
What did you see talking about? No, you don't.
I'm not sure what that's about.
Shit. Oh, a Coke.
Oh, we certainly will. I love Salinas. Have a great time. Oh my gosh, that area is so beautiful. Good luck, Rita. Thomas, we'll chat with you real soon. TJ, I'm glad you're healed or healing. But we're going to roll like Roll Tide.
She said it.
It doesn't mean I support the dang team. I'm a
Oh
gold-
no, oh no. Once you've said it, you said it.
So I jinxed myself?
Oh yeah, you're
Great,
good now.
Great. Good night, everybody. Be safe. We'll check in with you real soon here. Bye.
Bye.
Go Tigers.
Roll Tide.